I know where down. Juke my babes, there's a left hook, and down goes. He doesn't give his opponents a chance to survive past the 6th round. 100, punch and go. His punches break fighters both physically and mentally. But just look at the damage that's been done. Everyone who has stepped into the ring with him has either quit or been overwhelmed. This is Subriel Matias. 21 wins, 21 knockouts, and 1 death. Yes, he's a true destruction machine in the super lightweight division and possibly one of the most underrated champions of our time. Subriel Matias was born on March 31st, 1992, in Puerto Rico. Growing up in poverty, surrounded by street fights and harsh realities, boxing became his only escape, a chance to change his destiny. One challenge after the next. It strengthened me mentally that I doubt I'll ever break. He started boxing relatively late, at the age of 16, but within a few years, he became a rising prospect. His amateur career was not remarkable, but his true potential emerged in the professional ranks. In 2015, Matias began his pro career, systematically dismantling opponents one by one. When he turned professional, he faced a tough reality. No major promoters were eager to sign a fighter without an impressive amateur background. But Matias refused to wait. He fought on small boxing shows in Puerto Rico, where the purses were modest and the opponents were desperate warriors willing to do anything to win. His first real test came in his 4th professional fight against the experienced Jeffrey Fontanez. Many expected Fontanez to give Matias a tough challenge, but Subriel demolished him in just 2 rounds. After that, promoters started paying attention. This guy was dangerous, but no one yet realized he would soon become a monster. With each new fight, Matias became even more aggressive and ruthless. He wasn't just winning, he was destroying his opponents, breaking them down until they had no choice but to surrender under his relentless pressure. His style was simple, yet devastating. Constant aggression, non-stop punches, and complete disregard for anything coming back at it. After 8 consecutive victories, all by technical knockout, Matias was ready for the next step in his career. I mean, he really could turn it over and make it just bad for him. If you don't have the to make him respect you, and you don't have to keep him off. On July 19th, 2019, Matias stepped into the ring for a high-stakes fight, an IBF title eliminator in the super lightweight division. His opponent was the undefeated Russian fighter Maxim Dadashev, who held a 13-0 record. For both men, this fight was a defining moment. You could hear him. His presence alone is going to start draining. ESPN card, and now Teofimo Lopez gets. Matias showcased his relentless high-pressure style, unloading brutal combinations throughout the bout. What? It's well said, but nothing that Dadashev has done has been able to discourage Matias. By the 11th round, the situation had become dire for Dadashev, and his corner made the painful decision to stop the fight as their fighter continued to take heavy punishment. Undefeated Dadashev is in a tough spot. Tragedy struck soon after. As Dadashev walked back to the locker room, he collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. On July 23rd, just days later, Maxim Dadashev passed away from the injuries sustained in the fight. The event cast a shadow over Matias's career, but also underscored the devastating power he brings to the ring. After the tragic death of Maxim Dadashev, Subriel Matias found himself at the center of controversy. His victory in the fight, despite being a success, became a nightmare he would never forget. He endured an intense internal struggle. His career faced a tremendous challenge: how to move forward knowing that his punches had cost a man his life. Yet, he chose to return to the ring with even greater determination. On February 15, 2020, in a bout against Argentina's Jonathan Inez, Matias stepped back into the ring. This fight was a moment of recovery and self-reflection. In the end, he secured a dominant knockout victory in the 5th round, proving that his return was no accident. On February 22, 2020, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Matias faced the first major setback of his career. His opponent, Russia's Anand Yan, was seen as a clear underdog, but he displayed remarkable resilience and fighting spirit. Despite Matias's reputation as an undefeated knockout artist, and with odds makers favoring him heavily, 14-1 odds, Anand Yan embraced his underdog role and took a huge risk.
Проиграл дважды, а другой не проиграл ни разу. И выиграл все свои турниры. Просто Ананьяна в отличие от соперника, атака. Исполнение Матиаса, соперник, пуки заряжай.
From the start, Anand Yan showed he was ready to fight to the bitter end.
Назад, попытки Аганария старается давать дальше. Пропускает тяжелый удар, он кружит по найпу. И вперед начинает пытаться столкнуть его назад.
Despite Matias's relentless aggression, he absorbed the punishment and gradually turned the fight in his favor.
Двумя прыжками отвечает показать максимум, когда ты боксируешь.
Matias, perhaps unprepared for such resistance, struggled to execute his usual strategy of systematically breaking his opponent.
В том числе подгоняет матч. Здорово.
Anand Yan countered effectively, disrupting Matias's rhythm and landing sharp shots of his own.
Матиас не останавливается. Принимает удары. А было очевидно, что под конец больше минуты остается до конца боя.
In the end, the judges awarded Anand Yan a unanimous decision victory, with each scorecard reflecting a 1 or 2 point difference per round. This loss was a major lesson for Matias. Determined to prove he was still one of the best in his division, Matias returned to the ring against Malik Hawkins.
Right now, touch gloves. The bell and round one, those two important thing in this fight. He's averaged a whopping
right uppercut. From the very first round, Matias displayed his signature aggression, giving Hawkins no breathing room.
Yeah, that was against how he's coming. He don't worry. One of the big quotes in terms of the power punches landed.
He dominated the fight, controlling the action with his heavy punches and relentless pressure.
Matias said keep an eye on I'll keep him up.
In the 6th round, Hawkins hit the canvas after a brutal series of blows.
Matias and his people drew up this fight. They really thought the pressure.
The fight was ultimately stopped when the ringside doctor intervened, ruling Hawkins unfit to continue. Matias secured a TKO victory.
God bless.
This fight was one of Matias's most thrilling performances, 8 rounds of brutal warfare that ended with the Kazakh fighter unable to keep up with the pace. On May 29, 2021, Matias continued his pursuit of the IBF super lightweight world title, facing undefeated Kazakh contender Batir Jukembayev, 18-0, in Carson, USA.
As Matias comes as he rips a left to the body of Jukembayev.
From the opening bell, Matias dictated the pace. His crushing punches and relentless attack put Jukembayev in deep trouble.
Jukembayev, there's a left hook. That dog going to clipped. And now Matias going.
Despite his efforts, the Kazakh fighter struggled to find an answer to Matias's unrelenting pressure.
We are here at ringside. We reflect, but Matias make the case. Has been Matias. There's a big one. Matias.
After the 8th round, Jukembayev's corner decided to stop the fight, recognizing that their fighter could not continue.
Yes, I get Matias the eye of his face. Take that big round hook. Let's get big power shots. Matias.
This victory earned Matias the mandatory challenger status for the IBF super lightweight world title.
Got it? Touch-up.
On January 22, 2022, in Atlantic City, Matias, now the IBF mandatory challenger, faced Petros Ananyan in a highly anticipated rematch. 2 years after his first professional loss, he had the chance to settle the score. Ananyan started the fight with a solid strategy, pressing forward, working well in close range, and preventing Matias from establishing his usual aggressive tempo.
Jab. Proud to be from court.
The Puerto Rican struggled to penetrate Ananyan's tight defense and sharp counters. His corner, dissatisfied with his early performance, urged him to step up his activity and intensity. The tide shifted in the third round when Matias dragged Ananyan into a slugfest, where his raw power and relentless assault began to take effect.
See, it's starting to let his ears. Just put again.
Over the following rounds, Matias gradually took control, but Ananyan remained resilient. He won the 6th round and even benefited from a point deduction against Matias in the 7th due to low blows, adding more drama to the bout.
Nadia is just a warrior. Matias.
By the 8th round, it became evident that Ananyan was exhausted and could no longer respond to every attack from his opponent.
This is what's going on. The final seconds, and now Matias again.
At the end of the 9th round, Petros took a left hook and went down.
Just look at some tremendous, and there's a big odds book. We'll continue. That is the end of the...
During the break, the ringside doctor examined him and, noticing his deteriorating condition, signaled the referee to stop the fight.
Just look at the damage that's been done.
There was a lot of risk in taking this fight. Why did you do it? Is that when you're sure of what you know that you have, the skill that you have, then you take the fight. Matias secured a TKO victory in the 9th round, avenging his loss and proving that setbacks only made him stronger. On February 25th, 2023, in Minneapolis, Subriel Matias faced undefeated Argentine fighter Jeremias Ponce for the vacant IBF world title in the junior welterweight division.
Say our power shot. It's delivering the heat.
Despite being the underdog according to bookmakers, Ponce started the fight with confidence, dominating the first round.
52 punches, and Hasten to earn this opportunity.
He was highly active, throwing a large volume of punches and forcing Matias to work on defense.
Too long backwards, series of left hands.
In the 2nd round, realizing he needed to take control, Matias engaged in an aggressive firefight, where he found more success.
Yeah, let's not forget that, neither known for their defenses up to the heights, less than a minimum for Subriel Matias.
The 3rd round, however, belonged to Ponce again, as he continued to disrupt Matias's rhythm and avoided reckless exchanges despite showing signs of fatigue.
Explosives can join twins for the majority of the round. It's not the to rebounds, but Zaposi has to get.
The 4th round saw both fighters trading blows at close and mid-range, but Matias finished stronger, gaining momentum.
Left hook to the body, range a little bit more during fights, so just, showcase it brings for Subriel Matias. If we see that
in the 5th round, Ponce absorbed significant damage. With 10 seconds left in the round, he was knocked down. Although he managed to get back up, his corner decided to stop the fight before the 6th round. Matias secured a stoppage victory, claiming the IBF junior welterweight world title.
How do you believe that you would fare against someone like Devin Haney?
I feel that the only thing he's got is that he moves well and he's able to run around the ring. But I think if I faced him, I would ups and look.
Matias, a volume puncher, he throws. Ergashev's like a three-point shooter.
Matias made his first title defense on November 25th, 2023, in Las Vegas against mandatory challenger Shojahan Ergashev, who entered the fight with a 23-0 record, including 20 knockouts.
To put himself in position to jeopardy in round 2, what are the uppercuts? See other that punches from.
In the first 2 rounds, Ergashev showcased his skill, maintaining the right distance and landing several powerful shots.
Counts by the ring and acquitting himself, but he wants to put himself.
He controlled the pace of the fight, and it seemed his strategy was working. However, from the 3rd round onward, the fight took a drastic turn.
Matias actually end up with an edge in.
Matias began imposing his relentless pressure, fighting at close range and landing heavy shots.
Very much in common. Matias putting together a tremendous.
Ergashev struggled to handle the intensity and pace of the Puerto Rican champion.
And Matias.
After the 5th round, Ergashev complained about leg pain and refused to come out for the 6th round.
Wait, for 45 of 104.
Matias won via corner stoppage, successfully defending his title. I thought his English was pretty good, but you sent a message for each and every title holder at 140 pounds.
Here, so you watching the best
140 following the war. And the war, well, I believe he's one of the most exciting pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. In April 2024, Subriel Matias signed a promotional deal with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, leaving Premier Boxing Champions, where he had competed in his last 5 fights. On June 15, 2024, in Manatí, Puerto Rico, Subriel Matias lost his world title in a voluntary defense against Australia's Liam Paro.
Say, and against it to another gear. That's a lot, he got big balls.
From the opening seconds, Paro took control of the ring, effectively using his jab and technical skills to disrupt Matias's rhythm.
And being active, he starts sputting. Some fighters just like to chill out it's like a hurricane you could see on the radar.
As the fight progressed, Matias realized he needed to increase the pressure to regain momentum.
It's leading with his head.
Despite landing a few strong shots and rocking Paro at the end of the 6th round, the Australian fighter withstood the attack.
They got that power. They know I think it is also clear. Matias has never won the decision.
As time went on, Matias's endurance began to fade. His pressure became less effective, his punches lost accuracy and power, and his defense grew increasingly sloppy.
Decision, everything by knockout. Now, what are you seeing out there? I'm saying the beautiful boxing with Matias? Yes. Yes, I think in the first round. He knocked out. Not once have we seen Leopold's shot stand for Matias.
Ultimately, the judges scored the fight in favor of Paro with scores of 116 to 111 and twice 115 to 112. On November 9, 2024, in Bayamón, Matias returned to the ring after his second defeat, facing Mexico's Roberto Ramirez.
He is taller.
Nice right hand there from Ramirez. From the very start, Ramirez took the initiative, pressuring Matias and forcing him back against the ropes.
Boy, Matias is taking some shot back. That's Matias.
However, in the final moments of the first round, Matias landed a powerful left hook, stunning the Mexican fighter and closing the round in his favor.
Moments for Subriel Matias. Whoa.
In the second round, Subriel quickly found his rhythm, applying relentless pressure and giving Ramirez no room to breathe.
He get action. Than anyone in this division on a high level.
Midway through the second round, Matias sent Ramirez to the canvas with a brutal body shot.
Here, round
2. After a second knockdown, caused by yet another punishing body blow, the referee stepped in and stopped the fight.
Matias just too many
Subriel Matias is a fighter with a rare mindset. He has proven that he can bounce back after losing a title and suffering tough defeats. His aggressive style, devastating power, and determination make him a threat to any opponent. Matias has the ability to learn from his mistakes and adapt his strategy. His journey is far from over, and every step forward is filled with thrilling moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see a lot of this man from Puerto Rico, Subriel Matias, ladies and gentlemen.
What awaits us after his next fight against Gabriel Golaz Valenzuela on March 1st, 2025? Who can stop Matias?